You are now listening to the Q&E podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Q&E podcast. You are here with your boy Q Hicks right now, and I got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Q&E podcast. We got a lot to talk about today. Let's just give some prayers and shout outs to George Floyd's family. The Derek Chauvin trial is ended and the verdict has come out. He was guilty on all charges accounted for. Now we're just waiting on the sentencing at this point, so justice for his family has come with him being guilty. But we got a whole new situation now with Micaiah Bryant. But we got a lot of sports stuff to get into first, too. But I just wanted to give them a shout out.
Yes, and before we get into that, if this is your first time listening to the Q&E podcast, we do have 5 segments. We have our sports segment, 2 Wild Wednesdays, social media wants to know, our entertainment and current events, and also Pass the Ox. So definitely stick with us throughout the whole session. And before we get into the serious topics, man, it's fucking snowfall day, man. It's the fucking season finale. Let's go! It's
yes,
the season finale tonight, my nigga. We are hyped to see that shit. It is on in an hour and 20 minutes, so we are going to fly through these topics because we are going to watch that shit on the first run. And definitely check out our recap. That will be coming out tomorrow, bro. Definitely check that out. Hyped as hell to see what's going to happen tonight. Is Alton going to die? Is he not going to die? We're going to dive into it this episode, so definitely stick with us. All right, man, so let's dive into more serious news. Like Edgar just said, rest in peace to George Floyd and prayers up for his family. But we did get at least some accountability on the part of Derek Chauvin. He was convicted of three charges for the killing of George Floyd. It was so much that happened yesterday, man. Because it's like you felt happy and relief for George Floyd and his family, but then like literally an hour later, you hear the news about what happened to Micaiah Bryant. So what emotions were you feeling yesterday, man?
I don't even know. I don't know how to describe it. My mom kept calling me, telling me about the trial, how it was almost over. The verdict's almost in. She was like, make sure you cut on the news and pay attention. I kept telling her, and I was telling people throughout this whole trial, I'm like, I'm not going to watch that shit. I'm not watching it. Like, I was prepared to be disappointed, not on the fact that I didn't think they were going to let him get off. Like, no, I knew this man was going to be guilty because it's video, it's audio, and like it's so many witness statements from people who are actually there. So I knew this man was going to be guilty. All I'm waiting for right now is the sentencing. If this man get anything less than 25 to life, I feel like it's just another same old situation where he'll get X amount of years and then he'll get out less than those X amount of years and just be in witness protection. So anything more than the regular shit we've seen, then I'll be surprised. But I'm still happy he is charged guilty. It could have been easy as hell for that judge to just say, yeah, line of duty type stuff. But once again, shout out to George Floyd's family. Prayers up to them. Let's pray this man actually gets sentenced the way he's supposed to.
Yeah. Man, I did. My first reaction was relief because I honestly did not expect this at all because I heard like a month ago they already settled with his family. And most of the time when a state settles with a family, especially in a police case like this, the police do not get convicted in that situation. But luckily in this case, Chauvin did get arrested. So I was happy on that part. But it just felt like, man, I really didn't have too much time to process it because we were back to the same old. And this was just one case and so much that's going on in America right now. We just had Adam Toledo last week. We just had a Dante Wright that happened in the same state. We had somebody else that happened in Minnesota in the same city as well that George Floyd died in. So those are 2 other people besides George Floyd in the past year that have passed due to police killings. So it's like you really can't process it. It's like, yes, you're happy that he is going to prison, but it's just like, man, we have so much more work to do. Thank God that this man was held accountable, but I don't like when I see like, yeah, we finally got justice and shit like that. Like, nah, man, if justice was really served, George Floyd would be alive today. And we don't have that. I see Nancy Pelosi talking about some bullshit, talking about he sacrificed his life. That nigga didn't sacrifice shit.
Exactly.
That nigga didn't
like,
sacrifice
come on,
shit.
bro.
What are you talking about? He sacrificed. And he did this, and now we're gonna move forward, and it's gonna be a new America. Like, no, man, this nigga didn't sacrifice. That's implying that he died willingly. Somebody was on his neck for almost 9 minutes. That's not sacrificing your life, bro. So it feels like people still don't understand, even though we have accountability in this case. It's a lot of people that don't understand the impact, man. It really doesn't make sense, man. And I also want to make this point as well. Because with all of these black killings that we see on a day-to-day basis at this point, I never see a hashtag black hate. This is just something on a smaller scale. When the Asian people place got shot up, once again, rest in peace to everybody that was involved in that shooting. Horrific. But we seen all the love and everything that was going toward the Asian community. But we get killed on a daily, weekly basis by the police. We don't get a hashtag. We don't get no love sent to us. And that just shows us that the people in America that aren't our own, that aren't black, do not care about us, bro. So we got to look out for our own. And I want you guys to know that we have to look out for ourselves, bro, in our communities. Because it was just another sign yesterday that, man, it's hard living out here being black.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yes, sir, man. And how did you feel about the Micaiah Bryant situation as well that happened literally an hour after the situation with George Floyd, man? Rest in peace to her and prayers up to her family. It's another loss in the community, another tough one.
Definitely. Prayers up to her family. I hope this situation, I feel like this situation needs time. With the George Floyd situation, I'm like, what y'all wasting time for? His video, is audio, and y'all got witness statements on deck already, off rip. So I don't know why it even took this long for all this to happen to Chauvin. But with this situation with Micaiah Bryant, I am upset that we have lost another black life at the hands of police. However, I don't want people to think that I'm trying to side with the police on this, but I think we need to take our time with this because it's literally only 30 seconds of video from what I've seen. The video I've seen, it's only 30 seconds that we judging everything off of, and so much shit happened in that 30 seconds. You know, I don't want to just say Micaiah was just in the wrong, because if you got people coming to your house on your property, like threatening you and shit, I'm not saying don't defend yourself, but from the video, you don't see anybody swinging. You don't see any violence taking place until Micaiah starts swinging and she got the knife based off of what the video was. And in the police in that situation, they shouldn't have fired no guns. They should have tased her. There should have been multiple tasers so that way nobody was killed. But I can't just completely blame the police in that situation, because as soon as you walk up, all you see is somebody swinging with a knife. So I'm like, hey, like, that's the situation now. Well, come on. Like, if he doesn't do anything and two of those girls get stabbed, then everybody's looking at the police like, why y'all not doing nothing? But now that he did do something, granted, it was to the extreme, but granted, he did do something. Now it's like, oh, damn, they're killing us again. I'm like, hold on, this situation might need more time to look at.
It's just the point of, why do cops always have to be the aggressor in situation, and they never try to die down or try to lessen a situation? They always come in just aggressive as hell. Like, why are you coming into a situation with your gun out in the first place? Like, you seeing a girl fighting and you have your gun out, like, that's the first problem. Like you said, he probably should have had a taser, but we just seen last week, well, some people don't even know the difference between a taser and a gun, so we don't even know if that nigga even thought it was a taser or not. So, man, it's too much. It's too much going on in the community, bro. But that's his fault, bro. That's the cop fault. And I don't want anybody to be blaming Micaiah Bryant, bro. She's trying to protect herself. She had girls jump at her. I don't want to hear everything being blamed. It's just the cops being aggressive once again and killing another one of our own. And this is just another point of how much we see in the black community, obviously. But thank God for social media that we are at least seeing this. At least it's not a good thing because we're so desensitized to it, but it helps when it comes to trials and things like that. Hopefully moving forward, starting with this first conviction of Derek Chauvin, bro. Hopefully the videos can, man, hold some accountability for these officers, bro, because this shit is crazy. And it just tells you how much has been happening in the past that we weren't shown in the past, that's been going on just like this when cops don't have their body cameras on. So it's just, man, it's a terrible America to be living in, bro. Hey, just stay safe. That's all I got to say. But let's dive. The social media aspect, I totally agree on. It's a gift and a curse. It's a curse because we've created so much trauma porn from it to where we're just completely desensitized. But at the same time, like you said, it's free evidence. That's really what it is. So it's a gift and a curse that we just have to find a balance with. Yeah, and going back to the Derek Chauvin trial, man, shout out to everybody that was a witness or anybody who recorded that what happened that day, because it took a lot for you guys to step in front of a jury and tell the truth when there was a lot of people staring at you and wanting you to lie for Derek Chauvin so he can get off. I just want to say thank y'all for that. At least we got one of them being held accountable. So I did want to say that. All right, man, let's move on to some sports topics. The first one we will talk about today is Steph Curry. So in his last 11 games, he has been averaging 40 points. I want to say he's shooting 50% from the field and 45% from three, going crazy. So I always hear that Steph Curry is the best shooter that's ever played. That's obvious at this point. But is he the best player in the league? Edgar, what do you think?
Before I answer this question, I just want to say I find it so funny how before the season started, and even at the beginning of the season, I was saying Steph was the front runner for MVP, and people were saying I was crazy. People was like, no, you got this person, Bryant, KD, Harden, all these, Joel, Jokic. I'm like, Curry is the most valuable player in the NBA right now. And that has come to full fruition now late in the season, right before playoff time. So now that I've finally jumped off the Curry MVP train, it's funny how so many people on social media are finally jumping on that train as soon as I got
But
off.
what are you trying to say about that? What are you trying to say about it? You saying just because you jumped off, that's when niggas jumped on?
No,
are you saying you were the reason they weren't on the bandwagon? That's basically what you're implying.
No,
you were the reason they weren't on the bandwagon.
It's the fact that Curry has been playing great since the beginning of the season, but now that it's close to playoff time and he's on the hottest stretch of him playing good the whole season. This is his hottest stretch. Now that he's on the little hot stretch, now everybody like, oh, okay, it's safe to say it. I feel like people been wanted to say Curry was the MVP, but they were just like, he ain't giving me 100% Curry. Now Curry is really playing like Curry right now all the way. But I knew it was happening. It's been happening this whole time. But to the point of, is he the best player in the league right now? I have to say yes, but it's kind of like by default because Harden is out, KD is out, Bron is still out.
I'm saying if everybody is healthy, is he the best player how he's playing right now?
If everybody's healthy, no. Like he could definitely be top 3 if everybody's healthy. But no, right now, if everybody was healthy and with everybody hurt, no, I can't say he's the best player in the league.
Steph Curry is the most impactful player in the NBA, not just off how he scores, but the gravity that he has on the court as well. I want you guys to actually watch a whole Warriors game. Usually, this is basically how the Warriors game goes. When Steph is playing for the whole first quarter, they probably up by 5 to 10 points. When Steph is out for the first part of the second quarter, they lose that entire lead. And when he gets back in the game, they're usually down by like 7 points when he gets back in. So they're basically like a low-level team when he's out of the game. And when he's in the game, they're a high-level team, a playoff team. But he obviously cannot play 48 minutes. Steve Kerr does not want to play him 48 minutes. So he has to get taken out at some points. But the team just is not good without this man. So he's carrying this team to a 9th seed, which is impressive. So you can't put him in the MVP conversation because he is in 9th place. But I think he is the best player, especially how the game is being played today. While shooting threes and getting to the basket, solid defense is the priority. He does all of that at a high level, and the gravity that he has on the court creates open looks for his teammates. And that really helps them, especially on this stretch that they're going on right now. Even if LeBron was playing, even if Joel was healthy the whole season, I think Curry is the best player in the NBA. And I even said this earlier in the season. When LeBron then was healthy, I said he's the best player. I wouldn't give him MVP, but he is the best player in the MVP or in the NBA right now. I would have to give it to Curry.
Right now, it's sad to say, but like I said, I would have to give it to him by default because there's so many players who are out. So other than Joel Embiid and Jokic, yeah, I would just say Curry is the best player in the league right now. But hey, if everybody's healthy, I would say he's top 3. If this was a few years ago, I would say, yeah, you could definitely make the argument he's number 1 if this was like 2-3 years ago. But right now, there's so many bigs that are starting to become like the top players in the league. Like, you still got the regular LeBrons, the KDs and Hardens and everybody else who's normally in that conversation. So Curry, I believe Curry had his moment. He had his few years where he was the number 1 player in the league. But I feel like with everybody else getting better now, especially with the length and the size advantage that everybody else has, and the fact that most of the other players we're naming are better on defense, I can't put him in the number one spot. But right now he has it due to injury to everybody else.
So who you say is the best player?
Best player, everybody healthy? I still got to go with Bron. I still got to go with him.
I put Curry over Bryant. And that says a lot because obviously Bryant is one of the most impactful players that have ever played this game. But Curry, I'm telling y'all have to watch a whole Warriors game. And I'm telling y'all will be impressed by what y'all see about Curry, bro. Because what he's doing right now is not normal. And I don't want, even though I would not put him as the MVP, this is a historic season and a great season. I compared it to the 05-06 Kobe season. Even though Kobe did not win MVP that year, he carried a garbage team to like the sixth seed in the Western Conference that year. And they had played against the Suns in the first round. And it really compares to that year where Kobe was averaging like 35, just going crazy. He was having like a 50 piece, a 40 piece, felt like every game. This year for Curry is really reminding me of that season from Kobe, bro. And we're going to get to that discussion a little later. But let's move on to the Nets injuries. So as we seen on Sunday, KD is out for indefinitely with I think he was hurt with a hamstring injury on Sunday. And also Harden was out for the past 3 weeks.
It's Harden who got the hamstring injury, and KD, I think he just has like I forgot what kind of injury he has, but Harden is the one with the hamstring.
So Harden has a hamstring injury. He was out for already 3 weeks, but now he's going to be out for another month due to what do they call it? A setback in the rehab process. So he's going to be out for another month. So we've already been saying that the number one issue for the Nets is chemistry. When the trio has played, they have only played 7 games together. So obviously that's their biggest issue. But now you losing some talent with LaMarcus Aldridge. You're not going to have everybody playing together until late in the season when it's almost playing time because it's a month and a half left in the season. How do you see this going for the Nets? And would you still call them the favorites to get out of the East?
Well, all of these injuries, I can't call them the favorites anymore. If everybody on that Nets team is healthy, I was one of the people saying that I don't think they'll lose a game. If everybody is healthy and the playoffs started, I don't see them losing the game. But now with everybody injured, it's like, I don't know now. I can't just say Kyrie with Blake Griffin and or DeAndre Jordan now because LaMarcus Aldridge retired. I can't say that Kyrie could just lead that because not only are Harden and KD injured, Kyrie just don't want to play sometimes, and he don't play when he just don't want to play. So you got all that going into the fact that, like you said, they've only played 7 games, all 3 of them at the same time. So it does hurt their chances to make it out the East. But hopefully, knock on wood, hopefully nothing else happens and they can all come back in a decent amount of time. Because I believe a 75, 80% KD can still give you 30. I'm pretty sure 85% Harden can still get to the free throw line enough and get field goal points to where he can still almost get 30 a night. So it's just going to depend on how quick this rehab process is.
My biggest concern for the Nets, even though most of their players haven't played together this season, it's not even the chemistry because you have 3 ultra talented players. You have somebody like KD who can get in where he can fit in. That's an easy fit. And then you have Harden who's played the point guard great this whole entire season. My biggest issue with the Nets is the injuries, but what if everybody gets healthy, but the injuries happen in the playoffs? That's my biggest concern for them. With all of these injuries that have lingered for KD, what if something happens in the playoffs? Obviously, knock on wood, we want to see these teams at the max potential when they get to the playoffs. But what if? And what if Harden, hamstring is a tricky injury. Like you really don't know when that is fully healthy, and it really can't get repaired until you have like a long extended period of time to rest. So like a month enough time for him to actually get back to the James Harden that we know and love. Like I truly do not know. So that's my biggest thing with the Nets. I think if everybody is on the court, they're going to win games. But my biggest concern is if somebody gets hurt in the playoffs, then we're looking at the Nets like a completely different team, and we're not going to have the expectations like we obviously had coming into the season. So that's my biggest concern for them. But right now, the 76ers will have to get it by default, damn near.
One thing I do want to point out, though, with these injuries, and I hope it doesn't happen, so knock on wood with this too, but are we kind of seeing a closing to KD with these injuries? Because that Achilles injury, ever since that, he's had little tweak injuries here and there that have continued to kind of pile up and delay his playing time. And like you said, what if he comes back good right before the playoffs start, or as soon as the playoffs start, and he gets hurt in the playoffs? Are we going to see obviously Derrick Rose, his injuries were more gruesome, but are we going to see a Derrick Rose situation to where KD's career is somewhat cut short due to injuries? Because KD, we talked about this earlier. You said KD damn near been playing on one leg since the season started, and he's still been dropping 30, 35 points every other night almost. So will that come to an end if KD continues to hurt his legs, his Achilles, his ankles like this, the way it's going? I'm real scared for KD because I don't want to see that. Because as great as KD is and two-time champion and all that, I still feel like we have so much left to see from KD. So I hope these injuries don't continue to pile up on him, because it will honestly be a legendary career cut short if it does.
But usually coming off an Achilles injury, you do have to have that season where you just have to get back into it and get your groove back. It's the same thing when it comes to an ACL. When you get the ACL, it's that 1 year after you come back from an ACL, you got to get your groove back. It's not something that's going to be completely instant, unless you're somebody like AP, when that's a completely different sport and you're going to come back a beast. But usually you have to get that period of time where you have to get your groove back and get back to how you were in your past days. And I think it's the same thing with Kevin Durant. He's just overcompensating on one leg. So he's getting a lot of other like hamstring injuries, ankle injuries, and things like that are happening to him right now. I think by next season, everything will be all cleared up and this will be behind him. I don't think this will be something that will be career altering, in my opinion. I think he will be fine. And like you brought up, KD has been playing on one leg this whole season and still dropping 30. So even if KD moves forward and has injuries after injuries, I'm telling you, he's still a bucket. On one leg, he's still giving you 25 easily. Like, he's the greatest scorer I've ever seen in my life. So he's giving you a bucket regardless. Obviously, it's knock on wood, man, but I think he'll be fine by next season. And this is just a season where he just has to get back into it and get his groove back, man. I don't think it's anything long-term involved with it, though. But I do understand why you say that, bro, because it's been a lot of people, even though not LaMarcus Aldridge, but DeMarcus Cousins is a big man. We seen how after that Achilles injury, it's just been downhill, injury after injury after injury, team to team to team. I think that's just different because he's a big man, but we've seen it before. It's just like, man, it's tough to come back from Achilles, bro. Kobe was never the same person after his Achilles, even though Kobe was older than Durant is. He was never the same person. So we just have to see, honestly. But I think he'll be fine. But let's move forward with the Paul George redemption tour. What's going on with PG? Look, I know a lot of y'all probably clowning PG, saying we ain't going to listen to hear about PG until the playoffs. But I just want to read off some stats to y'all. Y'all probably don't want to hear these either, but I'm just going to read off some stats to y'all just so y'all can get the memo about what y'all should expect from Paul George come playoff time. These are the last 8 games: 33-11, 23-7-5. 37-9-6, 36-7-8, 32-3-9, 33-7-3, and 36-3-5. That is from Paul George, the same player that choked last year, Pandemic P. He's coming back for revenge this season. I'm telling y'all, I think the Clippers are really going to get to the conference finals, and I think Paul George will be the player that will get them there. But you know who the X factor will be? Rajon Rondo. And that's why his move was so big, because he's going to take the pressure off Kawhi and off Paul George as well. They will not have to play make as much, and those guys can actually just get the ball in their spots and then create like that. Just get it in the flow of the offense instead of having to create everything and actually play make as well. Rajon Rondo will be the key to their success, and we will see a Paul George redemption tour this season that will get to at least the conference finals, and you can book it. You can book it.
You done? Are you done? I'm going to tell you right now, everything you said was great. The stats were great. But Paul George has gotten to the point in his career where, like you just said, we do not care until you do it in the playoffs. With Giannis is the same way now. I don't give a damn what Giannis does during the regular season. What are you going to do during the playoffs? That is the level that Paul George is on, because we've seen the ceiling of Paul George. We know how great Paul George can be if he's hitting on all cylinders. And as of late, he has not done that. He choked last year. So in the previous years before that, you just ain't really been yourself. So I'm not even calling him PG. I'm still gonna call him Paul until he give me a reason to call him his nickname again. But I do want to give him a shout out. You can't even call him his
initials? That's not even a nickname. You not no initials?
Paul.
PG-13?
I'm calling him what his mama named him. Right. But I do want to give him a shout out though, because this season he's averaging 24 points. That's the highest he's averaged since the 2019 season when he was with OKC, and he was averaging 28, a career high. So this is the second highest he's averaged. So he's definitely on a great run right now for this season. But I honestly hold him to a high standard because, like I said, we know how great he can play. Show me what you can do in the playoffs. Kawhi, that's a whole different situation. Yeah, he choked too, but Kawhi got 2 championships, and he's, a great defender and all that. So we ain't worried about Kawhi choking twice. Paul George, you done choked more than twice. So I really need him to prove himself. I can't call this a redemption tour, but if he proves me wrong, hey, that's good for you, because right now you need to prove me wrong, because I've been right for the past couple years on you.
Answer the question. Will this be Paul George's redemption tour? Yes or no?
I'm going to answer it the same way I answered it earlier.
No, answer yes or no. Will this be Paul George's redemption tour? Will this be his redemption season?
If they make the conference finals, yes, it will be a redemption tour. I can call it a redemption tour.
But are you saying that it will be a redemption tour?
If you want me to say yes or no, I'm gonna say
yes or no.
No,
okay.
That's all I want. That's all I want. They heard my real answer. I'm gonna answer it the way you want me to answer it, but they heard my real answer. So
what do you expect to happen? What do you expect to happen with Paul George in the playoffs? Do you expect him to falter again?
I don't expect either LA team to make it to the conference finals in the West, and I know I'm probably still getting the crazy button put on my forehead for that right now, but if I got to go off of that prediction, I'll say no, because I don't even see them making it that far.
Rajon Rondo will be the key. I'm telling y'all, man, I feel like this is going to be a new Paul George. The only thing that I'm worried about with the Clippers is, man, Kawhi has a foot injury now. So it's like, man, when something goes good with PG, now we got Kawhi over here getting hurt with the foot. So they say he's going to be back in a week. Hopefully he comes back healthy. But I think if this team is fully healthy, they will make the conference finals. Currently, they're the 3rd seed in the West, so they have to play Portland in the first round. I think they beat Portland. And currently, the Suns are the 2nd seed in the West, so they'll have to play the Suns in the second round. That's going to be a tough series, because in my power rankings that we did for Dash Radio, I said that the Suns are the best team in the NBA right now. But I think they will beat the Suns in the second round. I think that's a bad matchup for the Suns, honestly. So I think they will at least get to the conference finals until you would have to see a LeBron. I would say they would beat LeBron, but LeBron finna be fully rested. LeBron and AD about to be fully rested. Man, don't nobody want to see a fully rested Bron and AD, bro. Even though they come back from injuries, they fully rested, bro. So I don't know if anybody beating the Lakers, man. I honestly can't. But the conference finals, I'll say Clippers to the conference finals, though. For sure. All right, let's move into some play-in talk. So we talked about the play-in a little bit last week. We talked about Luka and his comments on it, and also Mark Cuban as well. But I want to get your opinion on the teams that are, let's say 9 through 12. Some teams that are potentially going to make the play-in that you wouldn't want to see if you were a 7 seed or an 8 seed in the Eastern and Western Conference.
I'll start with Western. If I'm in the West Conference and I'm the Mavs or the Grizzlies, I honestly do not want to see the Warriors just because of all the Steph Curry points that we made. If Steph Curry is healthy and playing the way he's playing now, I honestly think that's a scary sight if you're Memphis or if you're Dallas. And the other team, I would say, believe it or not, the Pelicans. If you are the Grizzlies, I honestly think the Pelicans could beat you 2 times in a row. Now, if you Dallas and you would end up having to play the Pelicans, then Luka got that. I trust Luka. But don't be surprised if the Pelicans over the next month get in a situation where they could be in the play-in and they get that upset win over the Grizzlies. Because the way Zion and Brandon Ingram play together and the way Lonzo has definitely elevated this season, I feel like the Pelicans could definitely shake the world and get into the playoffs by beating the Grizzlies in the play-in. You want to do your West, or you want me to go with the East too?
Yeah, I'm going to do my West. The team to look out for is definitely the Warriors. I'm not really worried about anybody else in the West. The Pelicans are one of my favorite teams. I love Zion. I love Lonzo. but they're just too inconsistent, and them boys play no defense. I'm not worried about the Pelicans even making the play in because they're just that inconsistent. So I don't even think they make it. If they were to make it and play the Grizzlies, they would beat the Grizzlies for sure. But they're not making the play in. They're just too inconsistent, in my opinion. So the Warriors would be the team. I'm like, whoa. If I'm either Dallas or Grizzlies, Steph Curry is beating both of y'all. Period.
Oh,
like, yeah. He gonna beat y'all. If people out said Steph Curry, it's not gonna be the Warriors that beat y'all. It's gonna be Steph Curry. So that's all I have to say, bro. That's all I have to say. Steph Curry is going to, if he gets in, he definitely winning.
Shout out to Rome. Rome just said nobody want to see the Wizards and nobody want to see Golden State. Hey, thank you for saying that, because we about to do the East right now. And well, we talked about this earlier. I think the first team I'll say in the East, if you're the 7th or the 8th seed, if you're Miami or Charlotte right now and the playoffs started today, you would not want to see the Wizards. And I honestly think you wouldn't want to see the Bulls either, because the Wizards, we already know what's coming with Bradley Beal and and Russell Westbrook. You know, and the way they haven't done a complete 180 with that team, but they're definitely doing better than they were like a month and a half, almost 2 months ago. You know what I'm saying? So the Wizards would be the first threat, and the Bulls with Zach LaVine and Vucevic going into the playoffs, that all-star talent, I think that would be a scary sight too. And I think that talent would rise to the occasion of playing in the play-in and having a chance to be in the playoffs.
The only team I would be worried about would be the Wizards. Like, I wouldn't be worried too much about the Bulls or the Pacers, but it's just the Wizards because they're currently on a five-game winning streak. Won 7 out of their last 10. They're looking good, and they're beating good teams on this stretch as well. They don't beat Utah. They don't have some good wins over the Lakers in the past couple of months. Like, they have good wins in this past stretch. So I gotta say the Wizards. Russell Westbrook is starting to look like Russell Westbrook, bro. Back beginning of the season, he was struggling, but like, man, for the past couple of months, he back in that Westbrook groove with triple doubles, hitting his shots, attacking the rim. And Bill, we already know Bill is a bucket, averaging 30 plus. He gonna get his. If I was the Heat or the Hornets, I would not want to see that duo in the playoffs. I'm telling y'all right now, that's a dangerous matchup, man. Because you talk about teams, you have to win 2 in a row if you're a bottom tier team like a 9th or 10th seed. I think they're a team that can easily win 2 games against one of those teams that I just said. So definitely watch out for the Washington Wizards, bro. They will be tough. All right, bro. Now let's move on into this conversation.
Oh, hold on. I like what Rome said just now. He said that he ain't been all the way healthy.
Depot might not come back this season, though.
I about to say, I don't think Oladipo coming back.
Yeah, they really haven't said anything about Oladipo. They're trying to keep it like under wraps, like Spoelstra and Pat Riley haven't answered questions regarding Oladipo. But he's going to look for a second opinion from another doctor. So that's obviously not a good sign, because what the Heat doctors told him was probably that he's going to be out for the rest of the season. And this is a contract year for him. So he wants to come back and play, and that's why he's going to see a second opinion. But honestly, I don't think Depot will be back this season. But Miami going to be straight.
If I'm the Heat, I'm really not too worried about Oladipo being out, because they didn't lose anybody to get Oladipo. They literally have the same team, just added Oladipo to it. The bench players that they traded, like it really wasn't nothing. Pat Riley finessed that trade and got Oladipo, and really ain't lose nothing but a bag of chips. So if Oladipo gone, you still got Butler, you still got Hero, Dragic coming off the bench, you still got Kendrick Nunn, you got all these boys still. So even if they do got some other injuries right now, come playoff time, everybody else gonna be healthy and ready. But I'm still sticking with the point of the Wizards. So I'm still sticking with that Wizards point.
Yeah. And I think that I don't even think the Heat will end up in the play-in. They're currently slated to be in the play-in, but I think they will eventually get in the top 6 seeds. But that's the best thing about the Oladipo injury, because when Oladipo was out, they were not playing Kendrick Nunn. And Kendrick Nunn was somebody who was starting the whole season, giving us good minutes, bro. And when Oladipo came, he was not playing any time. And he's been playing great this entire season. So when he gets back into the lineup, when he plays well, the Heat play well. And what bro just said, I've been saying this forever. He's the most important player on the team. Dragic is the most important key. He is. Like, y'all can say Jimmy Butler, y'all can say Bam, but if Dragic isn't the one going, the Heat do not look good at all, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, man. It's because he is always in attack mode. We've said it with Jimmy Butler. He's not always in attack mode. Bam. Oh my goodness, Bam is so he's always semi-aggressive, and that shit get on my nerves.
Hey, some Some nights he gonna give you 40, another couple nights he gonna be. I'll just play defense tonight. Like
yeah, that shit get on my nerves. But Dragon is always going to be aggressive, bro. That's why I love Dragon. That's why he's the most important player for the Miami Heat. So I definitely agree with that, Jerome. Thank you for that point. And we got a comment from Drew. Much respect, y'all boys. Hey, appreciate that, my boy.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
All right, man, let's move on to this conversation. So I seen Mike Greenberg talking about this, and he said, who were the top 5 quarterbacks drafted in the 2000s? So I pulled up an article that was about the quarterbacks drafted in the first round in the past 20 years. So in 2000, we have Chad Pennington. That was 2000. We have 2001, we got Mike Vick. What we got? All right. Oh, shit. That's a good one. Yeah, okay. This was 2004. We have Eli, Phillip Rivers, and that was Ben Roethlisberger as well. Moving on, we have 2005. This is when we get to Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers, let's put this to bed. Aaron Rodgers will be in our top 5. Aaron Rodgers definitely be in our top 5. I want to keep track while we go through. So 2005, Aaron Rodgers definitely in. We got Vince Young. Oh, boy. How that went down here fast. All right, but shout out to Vince Young. We still love Vince though. Jamarcus Russell, same way. It's tough to see Jamarcus Russell, but
I don't even want to look at that man picture. I don't even want to look at that man picture. Please,
but 2007 was Jamarcus Russell, Brady Quinn. Who we got for? 2008, Matt Ryan and Joe Flacco. Solid QB class for first rounders. So those are another people to look out for. 2009, we have Matt Stafford, Mark Sanchez, Josh Freeman. Matt Stafford could be an underrated one in the ranking. Sam Bradford, Tebow, we can move past that. All right, let me see. Now we get to my boy, Cam Newton, boy, 2011, Cam Newton, Jake Locker, Blaine Gabbert, and Christian Ponder. And it's funny because I remember this draft class, and it was really a toss-up. They was really thinking about drafting Blaine Gabbert, number 1, over Cam. They were really thinking about that. But let's move on because that was terrible. Obviously, they made the right
disrespect.
The disrespect because we see what Cam is to this day. Andrew Luck in 2012 with RG3, Ryan Tannehill, and Brandon Weeden. Great QB class. Class of first rounders. EJ Manuel. Yep. All right. 2014, we have Johnny Manziel, Blake Bortles, and Teddy Bridgewater. Interesting. Nobody to look forward to. Jameis Winston in 2015 with Marcus Mariota. He might slip in my top 5. I might slip it out.
I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna. No, I'm not finna. No, I'm not letting you do this. I knew you was gonna say that. Oh, all right.
God. Moving on to 2016, we have Carson Wentz, Jared Goff, and Paxton Lynch. That is 2016. 2017, we have Mitchell Trubisky, Patrick Mahomes, and Deshaun Watson. Those are definitely 2 names to look out for. And we also have Lamar Jackson in this one. This is 2018. We have Josh Allen. Damn, I can't get this bitch right. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, and Lamar Jackson.
Basically, all the new quarterbacks that's playing now, basically.
Yeah, and then we have for that one that we had my boy, Kyler Murray. So, I want you guys' opinion. Who is the top 5 quarterbacks drafted in the 2000s? Right now, hit the comments and let us know who your top 5 is. Edgar, who is the top 5 drafted in the 2000s?
Let me just make sure I understand the question. We counting 2000s and 2010s or just 2000s?
Yes. Yeah, these are all 2000 to 2019.
If we count 2000s and 2010s, Patrick Mahomes has to be in there, period. And
for sure. I agree.
I'm not going to do an order because I don't want to think too hard about that. I'm just going to name my 5. Aaron Rodgers, definitely. Patrick Mahomes, definitely. I gotta say,
that boy's struggling over there.
I don't even like
struggling.
Cam Newton. Why I'm struggling?
Yeah,
Cam Newton
Cam should definitely be in there.
It's them last 2 for me. Damn. Do I want to say
Matt Ryan in that? You want to throw Matt Ryan in that? Matt Stafford?
I was gonna say, do I want to throw Matt Ryan? It was gonna be Matt Ryan or Matt Stafford.
You got this one too, bro.
Stafford. Matt Stafford, and I'll throw Eli Manning in there. I gotta throw Eli in there, even though he's literally average throughout his whole career. He won 2 Super Bowls, so I gotta give him that. I got to. So my top 5 from that draft class, not draft class, but for the 2000s: Patrick Mahomes, Cam Newton, Aaron Rodgers, Eli Manning, and Matt Stafford. That's my 5.
I have Cam is definitely in there for me. Y'all already know I'm a Cam fan. Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. You tripping? Deshaun got to be in there too, though.
Oh, Deshaun.
Damn.
But that's why I said, bro, are we counting 2000s and 2010s?
Yes, I said that.
Bro,
I
can't just cut out like some of the OGs from the 2000s. I can't do that, bro. I can't. See, even Drew got Eli in there. Drew even got Eli. Come on now.
He missing somebody.
1,
what did
2,
you say?
3, 4, 5. I said he put Lamar in. I put Matt Stafford. I put Matt Stafford in.
You put Matt Stafford and Eli? Ew.
Yeah. Bro, we counted 2000 and 2010. Yours finna be full of all 2010, nigga.
No, it ain't. No, because Cam finna be in there. Aaron Rodgers is definitely in there. So
Cam is 2010s. Cam counted as 2010 because he was right at 2010.
But okay, so 2000. So I got one with Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. Yes. What I thought Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan might get in there before Stafford. Honestly, bro.
Bro, see, even Joe put Eli in, bro. Come on now.
He put Joe.
Rome put Eli in. Thank you, bro.
He put Matt Ryan too, though. A-Rod. He ain't put Cam. No Cam? Joe, no Cam?
Whoa, Joe, you tripping. Joe, retype that because I know you meant to put Cam Newton in there. Mahomes, A-Rod, Matt Ryan, Eli, Lamar. Nah, you ain't putting Lamar over Pat Mahomes.
But what about Andrew Luck? Andrew Luck ain't getting no love from y'all?
That's what I'm saying, bro. We got to do 2000s and 2010s. You can't put it all together. If you put it all together, niggas going to be left out.
I'm just saying. Somebody is going to get left off. Somebody is going to get left off. It's just who is getting left off.
But it's enough quarterbacks to where you could do 2000s and 2010s. If you do all of it, it's not a lot of good
quarterbacks in 2000s. It's not. These quarterbacks, like this quarterback class, like this Eli, Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger can hockey be in these top 5 too.
I did not name Ben Roethlisberger. That's crazy.
You did it. He a rapist.
I didn't name Ben. If we going off of that, there's a couple things that we just don't need to name.
Okay. Let me get my 5 in. So I got Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, Cam. I'm gonna have to go with Joe. I'm gonna have to put Matt Ryan in there too. Y'all putting Lamar in there too? Ooh.
I can't put Lamar. No, I can't put Lamar in there, bro. I can't put Lamar. And I love Lamar. I cannot put that man in there right now. Over Eli? No, I can't do that. Eli done proved himself.
So bro said he can't.
Whoa, no.
Bro said no luck, quit. And he said you can't put him in there. Oh, Russell Wilson. But those were just first round quarterbacks. So that's all we were going off of. Those were first round quarterbacks.
They were first round. They were first round.
So that's my fault if I ain't clear that up. Those were just first round picks. Quarterback, so that's my fault. But yeah, D'Angelo Russ would definitely be in there for sure. Papa Russ for sure. But he just wasn't in there. Big Ben had a defense to back him, and he ain't no leader. That's something I agree with. I can agree with that.
That's true, but dude had the stats, and he did what he had to do. Y'all gonna hate me. That man.
You be listening to Colin Cowherd. You be listening to Cowherd.
No,
you listen to Cowherd.
No, Joe.
Yeah. You're right, Joe. We are gonna hate you.
You just had the hottest take of the year just now. Overrated?
That's not even a hot take. A lot of white people think that shit too. Black people too. Black people think that too.
Oh my god.
We didn't even put Vic. I didn't even put Vic. Bro, you right.
Vic changed the culture. Vic changed the culture, but I still wouldn't put him in. I wouldn't put him in my top 5.
I keep getting stuck at 3. Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, Cam. I'm gonna have to put Vic in there.
I told you have to split it. 2000s and 2010s. You can't put it all together. You're going to leave too many niggas out. You can't do that. You got to split it up. You have to.
Oh, bro, that is tough. Who is my 5? Is Matt Ryan? I'm gonna put Matt Ryan at 5.
It's a toss up for Matt Ryan. It's a toss up between Matt Ryan and Matt Stafford. I would go with Matt Stafford just because I feel like, the numbers been better. Granted, he on a trash team, but Matt Ryan, choked in the Super Bowl. I mean, he got there at least, but shit. So
y'all talking wild in the comments. We talking about Ben over. That's not wild. Ben is overrated as hell. I agree with that. This one, Vic, Russ, Big Ben, all before Cam.
What?
I put Cam above Big Ben.
And
Cam definitely.
Bro,
Cam is definitely above Vic as well.
We can't say. Ooh, I don't know now. Hold on.
I'm putting Cam above Vic as well.
Hold on.
I'm putting, bro.
I don't know about that.
I'm putting Cam above Vic and Big Ben. Russ,
Joe,
I'll give you Russ.
But we just counting first round. We just counting first round.
We just counting first round. We just counting first round though.
If we count all quarterbacks, this shit could.
That's too much. Yeah, that's way too much. That's why I had the list.
First rounds.
Yeah, I had the article. So yeah, that's what we were just going off.
Thank you, Joe. Cam over Vic. Crazy.
Yes.
Now that I agree with you, Joe.
Yes.
I agree on that.
Yes.
But you tripping saying Cam overrated? No.
MVP Super Bowl appearance? What are we saying? What are we saying here? Vic changed the game, man. I smoked some strong shit. No, I did not. But let's move on, man. Y'all think it's talking wild. We're gonna be here all day. But we gave our 5 though. What did I say my 5? I think I said my 5, but I'll say it again. Cam, Vic, Rodgers, Mahomes, Matt Ryan.
And mine was Mahomes, A-Rod, Cam, Matt Stafford, Eli Manning.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rome. We're gonna have to have that conversation another day.
Hey, we're trying to catch snowfall right now, but we're gonna bring this conversation up on another podcast. Promise y'all, we're gonna bring this.
We agree with you, Rome. We agree with you. Joe
gonna bring it back up
right now.
All right, man. Let's move on to 2 Wild Wednesdays. So, Edgar, what we got for this week?
This week, let me go ahead and start it off. You want me to start off with the comedy shit, or you want me to start off with the other one?
Yeah, start off with the sports shit. Start with sports.
All right. Steph Curry is the best player in the NBA. Too wild or not too wild?
Not too wild at all. That's definitely fact.
I said not too wild. I agree. It's not too wild to say that, even though I don't think he is. Other than the injury reasons, but it's not too wild. So I agree. 53% too wild though. So that's winning the poll right now. A lot of people don't agree. Another Steph Curry one. Who would you rather have? 2005, 2006 Kobe or 2020, 2021 Steph?
Y'all let us know in the comments, bro. This was a tough one, bro.
I picked Kobe. I
ended up picking Kobe too because I looked back at his roster that he had back in 2005, 2006, and that roster was some shit, boy. Lamar Odom was the second best player, and I didn't like everybody else was on. It was a young Andrew Bynum on that team. I did not like what I was seeing. It was Kwame Brown, and Kobe was averaging 35, and they ended up getting to a 6th seed as well. So we saying if we had Kobe in this era get on that Warriors team, where are the Warriors in the Western Conference right now? That 05-06 Kobe on the Warriors, where are they? Are they in the playoffs right now? Like top 6 seed? I think they are.
6 set. They'll be at lowest. They'll be the 7th seed.
Because like I said, Kobe was playing with some trash. Like Lamar Odom was good. Don't get me wrong. But after that, young Andrew Bynum, it was some trash after that. Smush Parker, Kwame Brown. Like it was some trash, my nigga. I'm telling y'all.
Kwame Brown was so trash. Oh my God. I hated watching that. Oh man. Shit. Kobe winning that poll though right now, 65%. Next one. The Knicks will win a series in the playoffs. Too wild or not too wild?
Too wild.
I
don't think they have enough.
I feel like they have enough to win. It would obviously depend on who they play, but I don't think it's too wild to say that the Knicks can win because Tom Thibodeau, that run him into the ground mentality he got right now, it hasn't backfired on them yet. They're playing on all cylinders. Julius Randle is snapping right now. He's leading in points, rebound, and assists for the Knicks. So everything is just riding on the coattails of Julius Randle right now. I feel like they could win a playoff series. Not saying they will, but they have the chance. So I say not too wild. And not too wild.
And Joe, did you mean Steph here? Did you mean to say Steph here? Skill? I think he meant to say no. He said Kobe in the same one.
Yeah, he said. Oh, he probably was disagreeing with something we were saying about Kobe or something like that.
That one. All right, but yeah.
Oh, that was for that might have been for the Steph best player in the league. That's probably what that was.
Oh, okay.
Next one. The Suns are the best team in the NBA. Too wild or not too wild?
Not too wild at all. They are playing the best. They have the defense on the wings with Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. Ayton is playing good basketball. Chris Paul is leading the search, and you have an MVP candidate in Devin Booker, bro. They are the number one team. The Jazz are slipping. Injuries are starting to come down on them right now with the Donovan Mitchell injury. And I honestly never believed in the Jazz, but I believe way more in the Suns than everybody else in the Western Conference, bro. So I like what I'm seeing from the Suns.
It's not too wild to say that. And right now, it's for all the reasons that you said, but Brooklyn, all the injuries they got, so can't say them right now. Donovan Mitchell just got hurt. The Jazz are still my favorites from the West to make it to the finals. I will stick with that right now. But Donovan Mitchell being out, obviously that's a talent loss. So the Suns, I got to give it to them right now for all the reasons you said, plus the other two options that I was going to say are riddled with injuries. So not too wild, but too wild is winning that poll 54%. So a lot of people disagree. Next one, Paul George will lead the Clippers to the Western Conference Finals. Too wild or not too wild?
Yes, sir. Redemption tour. Paul will come back and show you niggas wrong. He will. He will get
too
to
wild. Too fucking wild. Will lead the Clippers? You said lead, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta say too wild. That man ain't leading them nowhere. He might put his numbers up, but lead them to the conference finals. Just act like Kawhi Leonard don't got a uniform on. Okay,
we will see. My boy has something to prove. Kawhi don't got nothing to prove. Kawhi don't got nothing to prove.
I'm mad. Most of everybody is agreeing with you because 56% not too wild is winning that poll. Another sports one real quick before we get to the entertainment ones. Who would you rather have? Orlando Magic, Dwight Howard, or Joel Embiid? And it's damn near a landslide, and I'm very upset by that.
Embiid is more, Embiid is more skilled. Embiid is just more skilled than Dwight Howard. But for his time, he was good in that era. But what's the name was way more skilled. Embiid is way more skilled. If you put a prime Dwight Howard in today's NBA, you don't think he's gonna eat like how Joel eating? He has the same type of game. Like, I don't even think he'll be playing that much.
Thank you. Rome and Joe on the same shit I'm on. It's clearly Dwight Howard. It's clearly Dwight Howard.
Are y'all being for real? Dwight over Joe? Well, yes. The skills. What are we saying?
The paint presence that Dwight Howard had. You are defensively.
Joel Embiid doesn't have paint presence either. Joel Embiid has
Dwight
paint
Howard
presence
was different, bro. Dwight Howard.
He was, bro. Defensively, he was great.
Superman. I can't put Joel Embiid over that. I can't. Bro. Drew, the only one that agree with you.
Embiid. I gotta get Embiid.
Said Embiid ain't carry a team to the finals. Ooh.
He about to win MVP. No, is he not MVP?
He MVP tallest. I don't think he's finna win.
He's not MVP, and we can't. But this is a young Joel Embiid we're talking about right now. He's 25 right now, 26. Like he can still have time to get a team to a finals.
Thank you, Joe. That's the big reason. He ain't Dwight stayed healthy that whole time. I can't even count on Embiid to stay healthy a whole season. So you dominate in the paint, like literally offensively and defensively. Like you doing crazy shit in the dunk contest, showing your athleticism at your size, and you staying healthy, and you playing in the finals against Kobe. Come on now, I gotta give that to Dwight. I got you
put Dwight Howard in there. You put Dwight Howard in this NBA. He's exactly what he is right now. Barely playing. Barely playing. Yes. Bro, his game does not translate to this NBA, bro. If you put that Dwight Howard in this NBA, he's not getting that many touches, bro. I promise you not. You see where the NBA has come from 2009 to 2021. He's not getting touches like that. I promise you that. Embiid has the defense as well. We can't act like Embiid doesn't have defense. And he also has more skills. He can shoot the mid-range, has the post game, can shoot the three ball. I'm giving that to Embiid 10 times out of 10.
It is crazy that 80% of the poll is Joel Embiid, so most people agree with you, but they ain't really thinking about it.
He only put that. They only put a landslide because that nigga. Shout out to Scotty. Scotty had ratioed the shit, and then he had a lot of Philly fans flood in.
I hate that shit. Oh my god, I hate that shit. Why did he ratio that shit?
He got a whole bunch of Philly fans to vote.
But on to the entertainment ones. I'm gonna say that Snowfall one for last since we getting hyped for Snowfall. Who is the greatest stand-up comedian? Let me make sure I say this correctly. Who is the greatest stand-up comedian of the 2000s? Bernie Mac, Cat Williams, Dave Chappelle, or other. Anybody else y'all can name. Of the 2000s, who is the best stand-up comedian? It's Bernie Mac. I don't even know why we having this conversation. It's Bernie Mac.
Cat Williams, bro. Come, I gotta give it to Cat, bro. I gotta get the Cat. But I can tell you one person that ain't. It damn sure ain't Dave Chappelle. It ain't Dave Chappelle who won the poll.
Hey, Dave funny as hell. Dave funny as hell. I give him that. But you ain't beating out Bernie. It's Bernie Mac, bro. I gotta give it to Bernie.
Definitely gotta give it to Cat, bro. Cat has three classic stand-ups, bro. Three classic stand-ups.
This nigga Drew said Mike Epps. You funny as hell. Negative. You funny as hell for that, boy. You funny as hell.
Thank you. At least somebody knows about Cat funniness, bro. Come on, bro. I gotta give it to Cat. Bro said other. So what? Kevin Hart? How do y'all feel about Kevin Hart too? Do y'all think Kevin Hart should be in that conversation?
Hey, this is another question we'll ask since we're on this subject. Who is the most successful comedian? I'll say stand-up. Who is the most successful stand-up comedian? In my opinion, it's Kevin Hart. When it comes to true success, there has never been a more successful comedian other than Kevin Hart. But funny, if we talking about funny, it's Bernie Mac. Oh, for real.
The Cat Williams, the comment is Cat Williams won't say he's funnier than Bernie Mac. He won't say that because he respects legends. He won't even say that he's funnier than Dave Chappelle. Like he said this before that Dave Chappelle is funnier than him. But trust me, coming from a fan, he's funnier than Dave Chappelle.
Kevin Hart isn't funny. Y'all finna stop disrespecting this man, bro. Y'all finna stop that. No, we not finna act like Kevin Hart didn't give us 3 classic comedy shows. We not finna act like everything after Laugh at My Pain, you could be skeptical about.
Bro said Eddie Murphy for the most successable. He said more successful Eddie Murphy.
That's okay.
That's a good one. Nah, yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. But Kev, we gotta look at what Kev doing too. Kev putting people on too. It's just Eddie Murphy don't put on more prominent people. I'll say that. So I'll give you that nudge with Eddie Murphy. But bro, Kevin Hart, the only comedian to sell out football arenas, bro. Like who's doing that in the comedy game, bro? I can't take nothing away from Kev, bro.
But Cat Williams was Kevin Hart before Kevin Hart. So that's why I always say he over Kevin Hart because he was Kevin Hart way before Kevin.
I mean, if we talking about who's straight up more funny, then you could say
that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by stand-up comedian. Who is the greatest? Who is funnier?
No,
Dave Chappelle's not funnier than Bernie or Cat.
No, but it's niggas really acting like Kevin Hart was never funny. Like I don't like when people say that. Yeah. Like niggas be tripping when they say, bro, what? I'm a grown little man, seriously funny. Laugh at my pain? We not finna act like niggas want to die and laughing at them shits. Come on now. I don't need people disrespecting Kev like that.
Yeah.
Denisha said she agree. What else? I agree.
Kevin Hart was not a bigger rock star.
No, I'm not saying he a bigger star. I'm just saying successful, bro. Like overall success, Kevin Hart is it. First off, Kevin Hart on the comedy on Mount Rushmore. And anybing who say he not, they hating. Well, not talk about that. Yep. Come on, bro. Y'all tripping. I feel like y'all tripping when it come to Kev. Cause ain't no disrespect to Cat or nobody else. Kevin wasn't funny. Y'all tripping, bro. The disrespect.
All right, bro. What's the next one?
The last one is: will Alton die tonight in the season finale of Snowfall? Yes or no?
This is a tough ass question, bro. Because before I thought Alton was gonna die for sure. Like the snitch can't live. But right now, I've heard so many theories, bro. I'm thinking some good shit gonna happen. And at this point, I don't think Alton dies. I think Sissy dies. I think Sissy will end up dying somehow. I don't see so many theories, and I think Sissy will be the one in some turnaround event that ends up dying, bro. Some turnaround event. I think that happens.
I don't think Sissy will die just because. I mean, I know when unexpected shit happens, it's usually exciting, but I don't think Sissy will die because there's been nothing evidence-wise to plan around that. I hope. I said that. I feel like, what if Jerome die? Like, I feel like Jerome might be put in a situation where he might die.
I feel like it could be his mom because you could take the mom away and take her out of the show. Jerome is too big of a character to take out of the show. Like the mom was already going to leave anyway, and this was already her last episode. Killing her and putting that nigga Franklin on a rampage tour. I would like to see it. I would like to see it.
Roll funny as fuck. He said,
Facts, my nigga. Sissy, Franklin going ham, bro. I'm telling y'all, that nigga
But
Franklin
Sissy,
going ham.
it makes more sense for Jerome. With Sissy, she's already about to leave. Jerome wants to leave. So I feel like it would hurt more with Jerome because it's like, like he wants to leave. So it'll hurt because it's like, he's planning to go. Sissy damn near literally finna leave. I wouldn't be surprised if she gone once the episode start, in all honesty.
Nah, I can't see it, bro. I can't see it. All right, man, let's move on to social media wants to know. Like we just had the conversation about who is on the Mount Rushmore of comedians.
Kevin Hart, Bernie Mac, Eddie Murphy. And this is not in order. I'm just naming the people. Kevin Hart, Bernie Mac, Eddie Murphy, and who I want in that fourth spot. Damn. I can't put Cat up there.
You didn't put Richard Pryor up there. You disrespecting the GOAT. You disrespecting the GOAT. You ain't finna put him in there. You ain't finna put him in there. See, this one me.
Hold on.
This why niggas be thinking we too young for shit. I'm telling y'all, bro.
Richard Pryor was definitely funny as hell.
Who's your first three? Who's your first three?
Kev, Bernie, Eddie.
You didn't say Dave?
Nah, I can't. It was gonna be Dave or Richard Pryor. It was gonna be one of them two. That's what I'm saying.
Cause this is comedians. This ain't stand-up comedians no more. So let's go back to your conversation about like what you said, the success.
They all did overall comedy. They all did movies. They all did stand-up. They all did guest appearances on shit and everything. They all touched every single one. Pryor, Bernie, and Robin. I don't really know Robin Harris too much like
Robin
that.
Williams?
So that's probably,
oh, I thought you said Robin Harris.
Nah,
I
Robin.
I don't know who that is though. Honestly.
Nah. That's the only person I honestly don't know when it comes to comedy shit.
Yeah, so you got us on that one, bro. But I would say Dave is definitely in there, especially for his show and that impact. Definitely got to say Dave. Definitely got to say Eddie, Bernie, and Kevin Hart. I agree with you on the Kevin Hart. He has to be on the Mount Rushmore. All this
Rome, you wrong, bro. Kev touching bags comedians they never touched before, bro.
He got the radio bag, putting movies on with Tiffany Haddish. Like he got it, man. That nigga Kev going crazy, bro. Kev going crazy. He doing serious roles now. Like, that nigga Kev on a different level, bro, for sure. All right, let's move on to entertainment and current events. So we already talked about what happened with the Derek Chauvin trial, but we do have the conversation of the Shang-Chi trailer. So I don't know if you guys have watched it. I don't know if I'm going to play the whole thing, but you guys can sit back and relax because we're going to play the 2 minutes.
I gave you 10 years to live your life. Now you see me rise. And where did that get you? You walked in my shadow.
He was a young boy really getting shit out there too.
Literally.
So the most dangerous people in the world couldn't kill you. Son, it's time for you to take your place by my
That's
side.
a power broker too. I heard that's a power broker.
It's my time. That's not going to happen. Outrun who you really are.
Who are you?
All right. So that is the Shang-Chi trailer, a new Marvel film that will be coming out in the fall. So definitely check out that film. But Edgar, what is your reaction to it?
Hey, I love this shit. I'm so ready. I don't know why, But he giving me Ip Man vibes. Like, I love the fight choreography for this shit. I love the fight choreography. If any of y'all have never seen Ip Man, just know he was Bruce Lee before Bruce Lee came. That's all I'm gonna say. He's definitely giving
Bruce Lee
me
before Bruce Lee.
Ip Man, the man who taught
I don't
Bruce
know who
Lee.
that is.
You don't know Ip Man? Oh, you
I don't know who the hell Ip Man
you
is.
tripping.
You talking about
You
when he
don't know-
moved? You talking about when he moved to California?
No.
Oh, he was back in Hong Kong still. Oh yeah, I don't know that nigga.
You gotta watch Ip Man. You thought Bruce Lee was this the nigga who taught Bruce Lee. Oh my God, you gotta watch Ip Man. But this fight choreography for Shang-Chi, I'm loving it. I
Jerome,
thought that
we're
was,
not asleep at all. We've been reviewing this for the past 5. We've been reviewing it.
We got reviews. We got reviews for that shit. But
definitely check that out though.
I love the fight choreography for this shit. I thought that was the Mandarin. Like you said it was the Power Broker. I thought it was the Mandarin.
Yeah, so they saying that's why the trailer dropped on Tuesday, so we can see this nigga basically on Friday. It dropped right before the finale of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and they've been building up the Power Broker, and they saying that the Mandarin could be the Power Broker anyway, so we could be seeing that same dude in this final episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that's why they dropped it as late as they did, because of one of those clips, like they were in Madripoor, where they were at in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they're in Madripoor as well. So that could be the Power Broker watching over everything and shit like that. So we could be seeing this dude on Friday as well.
Okay, I like that. I like that shameless plug that they just did with that. Then okay, I like it.
Yeah, bro. So I'm definitely looking forward to Shang-Chi. All right, bro. Any other reaction?
Nah, that's it.
All right, man. Let's talk about our movie and show reviews. Speaking of, we are reviewing Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What we doing? Snowfall every Thursday, but y'all know this the last Thursday with the finale going on today. What we doing? Invincible. We have been reviewing. What else? Just reviewed Last Chance U.
We just did them.
We just did them review.
I Care a Lot. What else?
And y'all let us know what y'all want us to review as well.
Yeah, we gotta do Concrete Cowboys. I'm gonna watch that by this weekend at the latest. Yeah, we got a lot of shit coming. Really, like Quincy just said, if y'all know any movies or shows y'all want us to watch or review, hey, try not to pick no shit that's like 10 to 12 seasons long, because we want to try and do a consistent review without going too long. Like, don't tell us Grey's Anatomy or some shit like that.
That shit there. But y'all definitely check out Invincible. If y'all not watching Invincible, that is a fucking great show y'all need to get into right now. They're currently on episode 6, and I want y'all to get involved with that. Mortal Kombat, that's a good. I was going to talk about that. Mortal Kombat comes out on Friday. Mortal Kombat comes out on Friday. We'll definitely reviewing that as well. Yeah, that shit look crazy. I'm still looking forward to that shit as well, bro. So definitely look forward to that. What else that's coming out? I think that's it. We got to do Kong as well. We're gonna do King Kong and
Kong,
Godzilla shit. Yeah, that's coming out next week. So definitely look forward to all of that shit, man. And definitely just drop in the comments or on our social medias what you would like us to review. All right, man. And let's finish this off with Pass the Ox. What do you have for the song of the week?
My song of the week is OMDB, Over My Dead Body by Rod Wave. Shout out to Rod, putting on for the city.
And I got Plug Talk by Benny the Butcher and 2 Chainz. Definitely check out that new Benny the Butcher project. Came out a few weeks ago. Y'all already know I fuck with Benny. Freddie Gibbs, all the coke rap. I love it. All right, bro. All right, bro. You can hit him with the social media.
Y'all can follow us on Twitter at QE Podcast 1. You can follow us on Instagram at QANDE Podcast. You can follow and like our Facebook page. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the notification bell so you can see anytime that we drop new episodes. And our email is QANDEpodcast@gmail.com for any business inquiries, questions, or concerns.
Definitely subscribe to all of our podcast platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And we're also wherever you listen to podcasts. So definitely check us out and definitely subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube, Q and Sign E Podcast. And also subscribe to my YouTube. Just type in Quincy Hicks into the search bar and definitely subscribe. We appreciate you guys for listening and tuning in. We appreciate the interaction in the comments, bro. We definitely love all y'all. But we out. Peace.